Okay, welcome back to another episode of Warriors of Destiny. Sorry if the audio is really crap. Okay, let's get back to this. At this point, we're essentially just leveling up. As you can tell, we're up to level 2 with Gwen on level 3. And this is all we do for hours on end. It does take some time. You got thousands of fights, particularly when you can only really go down 2 levels of a dungeon. And there's only like 4 areas that you can actually have a fight in, other than the corridors, which are just really random. And I noticed that every time you die, you lose about 10 to 20% of your experience. Of course, when we all died, we ended up back in Britannia. I'm sorry if any of this has been repeated. For some reason, I get the feeling that it might have been repeated. At least just the first section of this leveling up. Getting back to the area that we're in, around Minok, is a bit of a pain. I think we just did a lot of equipment gathering and food and whatnot mainly. Probably sold some goods. I mean, you can only carry 99 of each weapon and armor and whatnot. As you can see, it's a very slow process. But the bridge built with boats does help a lot to get into the dungeon. And finally, we're all up to, most of us are up to level 3. Because each level you get an extra 30 hit points. And remember, we have already visited all the shrines prior to doing this, because after this we'll end up completing those shrine quests. At the end of all these videos, I will go back to a little section that you'll probably notice that has a whole heap of runes come up on the screen when reading the Codex book, and I'll go through and decode that for you, which I've already done. 2 hours later and we're still leveling up. Leveling up in this game takes a lot longer than in, say, Ultima 1, where it only took about 4 hours to level up completely. I believe in the previous video we leveled up to at least level 2 or 3. Well, 2, yeah. And that alone took quite a few hours. You only get like probably 10 experience per kill. Bats and slime are probably about 1 or 2 XP. Fighting the ghosts that turn invisible is a bit of a pain. When things are invisible, you kind of end up just randomly throwing your axes everywhere. There are a few creatures that are underground, so you've got to wait until they move before you figure out where they are. Even then, you may not be able to hit them. And we're up to level 4. Getting up to level 4. And I found that after completing the quests for the shrines, we got status increases. The Shrine of Spirituality was probably the best one, where you got 1 strength and 1 dexterity and 1 intelligence. Whereas the others only give 1 or 2. It's not random, it's a particular attribute, depending on which group within the truth, love, courage. Truth is intelligence, love is dexterity, and courage is strength, I believe. Three hours later, and more than half of our crew is level 4. Selling some equipment. Trying to heal up. It's a bit of a pain when you try to heal up and monsters attack. And we do some more. Everyone's level 4 now, so we do a bit more leveling up. Try to. You do collect a lot of sort of low level equipment, so you end up selling a lot of stuff you don't really need. It's very handy to have a lot of cure spells readied. C stands for confusion. So Snape got confused here. Started attacking his own members. I think we started going down a bit deeper through energy fields, which we dispelled. Getting up to level 5 proved to be quite difficult. As you can see, an hour later we're still level 4. but things do tend to get a bit easier. Because when you level up, you do get a stat increase determined by Lord British, and your class fighters will most likely get strength, rangers, dexterity, wizards, intelligence, that sort of thing. And here, well, it looks like we did some travelling around. Go back to Lord British's castle. Buying reagents. Trying to make spells. And so once at level 4, we can cast up to circle 4 in the spellbook. And prepared a lot of spells, some spells. Travel to Jerome. Probably looking for certain reagents. Emergency. Back to Geelong. Minglo. And there we are, buying reagents. If I went into a town and came back out, that's because there was a Shadow Lord there. And now we're just travelling around. And trying to figure out what to do. Transic. And here we are at, this is where Hislop would be normally. No. Basically that sign said if you're not on a quest, a holy quest, don't bother. And here we conclude one of the, I'm not trying to conclude one of the shrine quests and try and figure out can get more stats increase instantly, but no, probably have to wait a certain period of time and donate gold. I'm pretty sure that was the compassion. When you collect all these shrine quests and start doing this, it all is done in a particular order. That order is listed on the screen that I show you for the shrines, which do pop up, but not very often. Oops, sorry. And very shortly we'll end up in the underworld, in which we're in the underworld, just as I said it. And of course, if you take the wrong turn, I took a turn down a waterfall, ended up here, which is where the Lord British's party ended up first, or at least that's where the ship ended up. One of the ships, I should say. And this is me just trying to figure out the area a bit, and then to see if we can get out of this area, because once you go down a waterfall you can't go back up it. I went down in a skiff, so it makes life a bit difficult. I tried certain spells to get out, which didn't work. And of course I surveyed the area a lot. Then we died, then that's how we got out. Completed more shrine quests. just killing enemies that come up, which are quite prolific. When I went to when I was sent to the underworld, I was up to the quest at the shrine near you. The one that you saw me trying to randomly attack. There were vines that were sort of vines, slugs, I suppose, that were underground. That when they attack is when they're near you and legs pop out. Very difficult to deal with. Of course, we're near Moonglow again. Of course, when I went to the underworld, I lost my ship. I'm not sure what I was trying to do. I was just sort of roaming around, I think. Probably trying to sell stuff, get the agents and stuff, perhaps. Then we die again. Sell a lot of equipment. Bought a boat. Went to Scarborough. And then Geelong. I accidentally went into a moon gate, didn't mean to. I went into the moon gate to get to the Shrine of Spirituality. This is just me trying to defeat as many random stuff I can. And this should be the last quest. No, not quite. Sacrifice. So I'm not up to the spirituality one at the moment. Because the one that I thought was for spirituality was actually for sacrifice. Or justice, maybe. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. By the end of this clip, we'll have done all the shrine quests. Here, I lost my boat due to those pirates, so found an ambiguous island. Probably one of the islands where you do a quest for the rebels or for the Imperials or whatever you want to call them. Getting ran down by more enemies. This is for the Shrine of Humility. And all those runic writing that you saw come up briefly, is what I was actually talking about, and the clip's almost finished. And as you can see, some of us are up to level 5. And that's where it finished, at Lord British's castle. I'm going to show you the shrine list once it comes up. There we go. When you collect all the shrine quests, then go to the Codex of Wisdom and get done in this particular order. So, as you can see, honesty will give you intelligence, love will give you dexterity, valor will give you strength, justice will give you dexterity and intelligence, sacrifice will give you dexterity and strength, honor will give you intelligence and strength, and spirituality will give you all 3. Humility won't give you anything, which is quite upsetting, but you do get the extra passages from the Codex of Wisdom, which we'll get to in a bit. They're all the stuff that I've gotten so far, and here we are. What was written in the book. As you can see from the clip in the background, what's written in English is on top, of course. Beyond Shame's egress, in the center of the underworld, there is a place of darkness. Beyond this darkness lies the gate of the core of the world. When thou art ready, thou must call forth Vermicor, which is a word we got in Ultima 4, to unlock the gate and venture past ethereal wards and stealers of souls. That which the world hath lost awaits thy coming. So that pretty much tells you where the end of the quest is, essentially. And so I'll end it here on this note on the map. This is not a map of the underworld. There is no map of the underworld, but there are people that have created maps of the underworld. It's not a big deal. We know there's a shard in the northwest, and northeast, and southwest. And then the center of the world, core of the world, will be just below that Ultima sign, pretty much where that red flag is. And so we'll adjourn for now, and I'll see you probably in another couple of weeks with another video.